Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Harmony in Ramadan. My name is Mariam Arafat. I'm a marriage and intimacy coach, and you are tuned into Ramadan Radio 87.8 FM. Your role as a parent in your child's future. I thought of this topic after having a conversation with my husband, and we were discussing the role of a mother. And it made me realize that both the role of the mother and the father is so important in a child's upbringing and their marriages itself. Long time ago, I heard this quote from one of the lectures on parenting. The teacher said, "A father and a mother is the first university that a child will ever attend." This made me reflect on the depth of this phrase. Took me a while to really understand, but then I understood that children are like sponges, no matter how old they are. They see our actions more than they hear our words. So yes, this quote resonated with me so much, as it made me reflect on myself, my marriage, and the daily interactions I have with my husband. I speak to so many women, and one thing which is important to reflect is how their childhood was. And sadly, many didn't have their parents as their own models, and neither was their marriage for women to get inspiration from. This is the lack that we have as a community. And this is why I love working with women, because the woman has so much of strength in herself. This is why the marriages need to be strong, from both husband and wife, taking responsibility and working on their marriage and living a conscious marriage. It doesn't have to be this way. We are not what our past is. We can always change. Times are changing, mashallah. There's so much of awareness, there's so much of education. And we can learn. Collectively, we can learn, we can implement so many things, we can change so many things in our marriages and in upbringing our kids, so that they thrive in their marriages and they don't have the problems that the marriages are facing now. Things can change the moment you decide to do things differently. And that's exactly what I did. I wanted my home to be warm, to be welcoming, a place where my kids run to after growing up and being in their own homes. I wanted my kids to come home without me inviting them, that they come with so much love, not from a place of force, not from a place of they need to run away from home. No. But it has to start from me. That's what I said to myself. And alhamdulillah, I have this. Allah has blessed me with. And you can also implement this just by understanding the dynamics of the relationships between each. And I'm going to talk about it. Now, I'm someone who loves learning and researching about relationships between a husband and wife, between a father and his daughter, between a mother and her son. They are also important for the child and their future relationships, their marriages, their upbringing, their own kids. I'm going to focus on each and give you insights that why these are important. A marriage and its impact on the kids. Marriage is the foundation of a family unit in the society, and it consists of a very strong bond of emotional intimacy between the husband and the wife. When kids grow up, seeing both parents loving, cherishing, respecting each other, where parents know how to be emotionally strong and are able to regulate their emotions, this automatically boosts a child's self-esteem and self-confidence. SubhanAllah. Your relationship with your spouse sets the tone for your child, for his confidence, for his emotional intelligence, for his empathy and social skills, which are all part of emotional intelligence. It makes a huge difference when kids are raised in an emotionally stable home. When your child sees that mama and baba are a husband and wife before being their parents, it gives them the signal that their relationship comes first as a husband and wife, and it needs respect. It tells them that being a parent doesn't mean that marriage takes a backseat. This relationship is conscious and requires love, care, and boundaries. There is so much of tarbiyah in itself when you honor the relationship between the husband and wife and keep that bond before becoming parent. You're setting the tone for your kids' future. SubhanAllah. When the kids see both the parents as a husband and wife, respecting, honoring, and loving each other, this helps the child to learn what a healthy marriage looks and feels like. They don't have to go anywhere else because they have the role models right in front of them in their house. And what better or what an honor it is that you becoming your child's role model in every way possible. Rather than children learning from movies or novels, they know what a real marriage looks like, what a healthy marriage looks like, because they have seen their parents. Now, no one is perfect. Even the most perfect of marriages, it's not 100%. But we can strive to be the best. We can strive to have beautiful, healthy marriages so that our kids can thrive, so that our kids can enjoy this beautiful bond. Now, coming to the relationship between a father and a daughter and why it is important. Confidence. Confidence and confidence. I have had so many clients work with me and their marriages were impacted. Their marriages were emotionally draining because they didn't have a good relationship with their father. Either the father was not there in their life, had passed away, or either the father was emotionally absent. And when that happens, when the woman goes in the marriage and becomes an emotional baggage, the word sounds very serious, but it is true. And I have seen this with my clients, that the woman becomes an emotional baggage for the husband because she tries to find what she didn't have with her father in her husband. That manly relationship, that masculine relationship. She's trying to fill the void that she didn't have. That's why the relationship between a father and a daughter is so important. The way the father can give her daughter the confidence, no one can. Subhanallah. And this we learn best from our Prophet ﷺ, how he honored, how he cherished and loved his daughter. Subhanallah. What are the benefits? The benefits of this beautiful relationship is that she goes in the marriage with a very, very strong mindset, rather than becoming an emotional baggage for her husband. She knows how to talk to a man. She knows how to express her emotions. She knows how to be with a man. She has learned it from the best, and that is her father. The second point is she has the confidence to express her needs, have conversations, and have healthy boundaries. This is so, so important for a woman. To have the confidence, to have the conversations. Because many women are shy to express their vulnerabilities. But when she has a strong bond with her father, she will have all these things. The next benefit, she will not look for what she didn't have with her father and accept the relationship with the husband with gratitude, because she's so fulfilled. She has had everything. Subhanallah. Again, nothing is 100%, but we strive to give the best. An emotionally available father is so important. A father who gives space to her daughter to express her feelings, to honor her feelings. A father that gives space to her daughter to express her needs. This is crucial. Now coming to the next relationship. The relationship of a mother with her son. Again, this relationship gives the son the confidence and boosts his self-esteem. This is crucial. This is so, so important, because nowadays the relationships that we are seeing and what I have seen with my clients is that the relationships are draining, where the son doesn't know how to be with her mother and how to be with the wife. And that goes back again to the marriage, the relationship the mother has had with her husband. Because that sets the tone. If her marriage is fulfilled, if she's had the most amazing spouse supporting her emotionally, she will not become draining for her son. She will set the tone. She will teach her son how to honor the woman that is going to come in his life. She won't be jealous by the other woman. She will not try to hold on to the son just because she didn't have the things she wanted from the husband. So that's why the marriage in itself is so important for the mother and the father. Now, what are some of the benefits? The son knows how to respect his wife as he knows the needs of a woman. He's learnt it from his mother. And how he knows how to respect his wife, because he's learnt it from his father as well. He has seen it. Actions speak louder than words. And he has seen it, how his father has respected his mother, how their bond is, how confident the mother is, how strong the mother is, mashallah. So he knows how to handle the relationship. He knows how to draw healthy boundaries. The other benefit is his need to feel seen, heard, and validated from his mother has made him a strong man, because the mother has fulfilled that need of his. When he was a child and he cried and he expressed himself, he came to his mother. The mother was always there. She listened to him. She didn't say, boys don't cry. Or she didn't say, it's okay, man up, you are a strong boy. No, she didn't do that. That's why each relationship is so, so important and so crucial. Now, this is the one-on-one relationship with each parent. But the parents as a couple are also important for the children. One-on-one time, how you can have with your child is you spend time on a weekly basis going out somewhere with your child, so that you have that alone time with that child. If you want, you can go with your daughter or with your son, because both are important. And that is the time you truly bond with the child. Something very simple you can do. If going out is not possible, you can do things at home, baking with them, cooking with them. I love to cook with my son. That is the best time. And I know everything about Fortnite, because that is the time he opens up and tells me everything. I don't remember, but that is the time he opens up and tells me everything. Because everyone is seeking to be heard and validated. So that is a very special time. And these will become memories for the kids. These will become very, very strong, powerful, healthy memories for the kids. Do something that your kids enjoy. Ask them what they would love to do. And it will be the most simplest and most random thing that the kids will say that they want to do. It doesn't have to be very expensive. It doesn't have to be very luxurious. Simplicity to the best. It can be painting. Just painting. This is what me and my daughter love to do. We love to do sometimes creative journaling or painting, just using different colors and paint, and not even have a conversation at that time. But this is the time where she feels that someone is there with her. She's not alone. She talks about color, she talks about random things, and I just listen and laugh, and we joke and we do things, whatever she wants to do. It's just making the other person feel special, especially your child. Listen to them more. This is one of the most beautiful things that you need to do for your child. Listen to them without correcting them, without disciplining them, because all the time they don't need to be disciplined. They don't need to be told, don't do this, don't do that, sit here, sit there, you haven't done this, you haven't done that. No. Because the moment you start doing it, yes, tarbiyah needs to be done. Absolutely. You need to do tarbiyah. You have to teach them boundaries. You have to do all these things, but they need to be done in a certain way, in a very polite way, and not done very often. So when they come to you to talk, which mostly the teens will do at 11 o'clock at night when you're all set for bed, listen to them. Trust me, it's very difficult, but you listen to them. And when you're listening to them, make sure your phone is not in front of you, or you are not on your phone. You're not distracted. You listen to them. You hear them. You listen to their stories. You listen to all the things, because that is the time they will come and tell you everything. When you listen to them, you're not only listening to their words, you're listening to their feelings. Because this is what they want. They want someone to listen to their feelings. And this is what is going to make your home so beautiful, that the kids will know that whenever I go to my mama or baba with anything that I'm feeling, I go to them, I call them any time of the day, they will listen to me without judgment. This is one of the biggest things a parent can do for their child, is having that faith in them that whenever the child needs, they can pick up the phone if they are in a different country, or if they are at work, they can pick up the phone, or if they are in the same city, they can come to their home and say, Mama, and they just open up. Because remember, when you're married, things happen. And many times, the boy and the girl, especially newlyweds, they keep quiet because they don't know how to express themselves. They don't know what's going on in their marriage. So you as a parent need to keep that window open so the kids will come running to you because they know they can trust you. This is the most beautiful gift you will give your children. Be present in their world, especially the teens. They need us. They become teens and we leave them. We like, they don't need us. They don't need our support. They don't share things with us because we have shut the door of communication with them. When the kids are young, we are always there with them, always helping them, being there. But as soon as they start growing up, we focus more on disciplining. Don't do this, don't do that. You haven't done this, you haven't done your homework. No. Keep the door of communication open. Listen to them. Listen to their words. Listen to their emotions. Because teens, being a teen in this time is not easy. It is difficult. With lots of peer pressure, study pressure, pressure of performing well. You have to give them that sense of comfort that Mama and Baba are going to listen. I can go to them with anything. And that comes back to how you are as a couple. Because you listen to each other. Your home is a place of warmth. Your home is a place of nourishment. Your home is a place for honoring each other's emotions, feelings, and just who they are. And this starts with you being a husband and wife. You're deeply grounded, you're deeply committed, you're deeply in sync with how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to be in a marriage. It's a huge responsibility. But we collectively learning, implementing, and especially in the month of Ramadan, make dua that Allah blesses our homes with abundance, with barakah, where our kids are nourished, where our kids come running home to us and express their feelings to us. Ameen. Ameen, Ya Rab. I pray you use these skills to implement, and may Allah bless you, your marriage, and your children. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Harmony in Ramadan. Bonding as a couple and coming close to Allah. My name is Mariam Arafat. I am a marriage and intimacy coach, and you are tuned into Ramadan Radio 87.8 FM. Harmony in Ramadan. What is it? And why did I choose this topic? Bonding as a couple and coming close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the month of so much barakah. Coming close as a family, having suhoor and iftar together, praying tahajjud together, praying all the other salahs together, or maybe in a masjid. The energy, the intentions, the purity of this month is so blessed, and every act is done with so much sincerity. So while all this is happening, You can, and why not, come close as a couple and make your bond as a couple stronger and beautiful, inshallah. Now, while Ramadan can be a very busy time and it can get very tiring due to lack of sleep, extra cooking, along with your work, your studies, kids, and different responsibilities that you have. Marriage is also important and doesn't need to take a back seat. There's so many pockets of time which you can use and connect with each other during your day. And this is called emotional intimacy, where you are engaged in checking up on your spouse on a regular basis, where the physical touch is there, doing random things and making your check-ins very, very special during the day. It's the simple things that make it so pure and so beautiful. But yet, in the busyness of life, it's very, very easy to forget the simple acts, the simple gestures, the simple and kind words you can use for each other in a marriage. Now, before I dive into how you can implement these practices in your marriage, I want to highlight a few important things which will help you to really build in emotional intimacy. The first one is your self-talk. The way you speak to yourself. This is crucial. And one of the very important things that you will do for yourself and in your marriage. If all you are saying is, I can't do this, this is really challenging. Yes, indeed, it can be very challenging. But I am going to give you a reframe of it, inshallah. If you're using the words, my husband doesn't understand me, my wife is always upset, I am not needed, then this needs to change. You must talk to yourself how you would talk to your best friend. Because yes, you talk to everyone in the most beautiful way, in the sweetest of words. But when it comes to yourself and the way you talk to yourself, you use the most criticizing words. Those words are full of self-doubt. They are not the best of words which will help you to empower you or motivate you. So instead of saying, I cannot do this, I want you to say, it's challenging. I will do it. I will do my best and Allah will help. What you're doing right now, when you're reframing the sentence, is you're surrendering to the will of Allah. You're letting go of the control. And you are saying, I will do my best. I know it's challenging. Allah will help. You're very optimistic about it. The same goes with the sentence, my husband doesn't understand me. Yes, it can be true. But instead of saying this, I want you to say, Ya Allah, open his heart. Give me the right words which reaches his heart. Again, you're choosing the best words. You're letting go, you're surrendering, and you're connecting with Allah. You're asking Allah for help. How beautiful is that? Because this is also what Allah is teaching us in Ramadan, is to let go of control, is to completely surrender to Him in everything. So why not in marriage as well? That you use the best of the words, you set your intentions and you let go of control and say, Allah will do the best. Now with this sentence as well, my wife is always upset. Say, mashallah, she has made so much effort. I will support her and be there for her. And then ask, what support would you like from me? This sentence in itself is a game changer for your wife. Because in all honesty, Whether you are a husband or whether you're a wife, all you are looking for in a marriage, which is one of the crucial things, is to be seen, to be heard, to be validated. And that does not go for the husband only, it goes for the wife as well. So, choosing the best words for yourself and for your spouse. The second thing that you need for emotional intimacy is emotional regulation. If your nervous system is triggered and you're constantly angry, you will take everything as an attack on yourself. And it could be that your husband is opening up to you, but because you haven't slept the night before, or you're having a headache because the little one, your little baby, or a toddler, or even a teenager is being a child. And you haven't had time to rest and relax with yourself. So the moment your husband says something, or even your wife says something, it becomes a big trigger. And you take it as an attack. This is because you have disregarded what the other person has said, and the words and the situations goes sideways because your nervous system is so dysregulated. It can be something very small, but you have taken things personally and taken it as an attack. This happens because you haven't rested well. You haven't had time to check in with your emotions. You haven't had time to do deep breathing. And how you will practice emotional regulation is number one thing is deep breathing. When you are busy with the busyness of life, you're not doing deep breathing. You're doing shallow breathing, which is from the chest. Deep breathing is from the belly. So doing deep breaths, maybe for a minute or two times or 3 times in a day, is really going to help you to connect with yourself. This is really going to help you to relax your nervous system. The second thing is limit the noise. Limit the screen time. Because sometimes a lot of noise, a lot of screen time, a lot of lights also can overstimulate you. So to reduce that, cut off screen time or your phone time to little. Better 2 hours before the bedtime. You don't go on your phone or on your screen. Now, every situation is different. Every person is different. See what works best for you. But try to limit the noise and the screen before you go to bed, because this will help you to fall asleep faster. This will help you to not to be overstimulated. Limit the noise, after you're done with Taraweeh, everyone has gone to sleep. Sit with yourself. Have a nice cup of green tea or any dessert that you want to have. Sit with yourself. Give yourself 15-20 minutes just to be with yourself. This is for the ladies. And if you are a man and you're listening, even phone time, a lot of phone time can be not good because it's going to dysregulate your nervous system. So what you can do is go for a walk. Maybe you and your wife can go for a walk. You can do deep breathing together. You can recite Quran before going to bed. So automatically the screen time is reduced. The noise is reduced. The lights stimulation is reduced. There's so many things that you can do to help your nervous system, and see what works best for you, inshallah, in your routine. One thing I like to do is sit with myself after maybe Fajr or after Isha. When everyone is relaxed, after Taraweeh actually. When everyone is relaxed, they're in their rooms, they're doing their own things. I like to sit with my journal and journal my thoughts. Really reflect on the day, how the day was. be grateful of the blessings Allah has blessed me in that day. What I could have done right, or what I could have changed. Maybe it's something that I did or something that I said, just to evaluate and assess myself. This is a great practice that you can do even outside Ramadan, to really sit and reflect on how your day was. Now, these are the basics of having emotional intimacy in marriage. What is emotional intimacy? When it comes to intimacy, many think that it's only in the bedroom, but fail to understand or have no knowledge that intimacy is of various types and different ways. Intimacy is there in a marriage. And emotional intimacy is one that a woman craves for. Even men crave, even men want it, but it's more for a woman. And it's emotionally connected. It's emotionally being very close to the spouse. That is what emotional intimacy is. Now, how you can implement it, how you can practice these skills in your marriage during Ramadan, inshallah, and even after Ramadan. Now remember, I believe in small and simple things because they are so powerful. Rather than waiting for big things to happen, these small things you can do every day. And if they are done right, with the right intentions and with the right sincerity, they are going to weigh so heavy. And your bond will become so much stronger, inshallah. The first one is having regular check-ins with your spouse. This is when you are having a conversation and just asking about how the day was. So the questions can be, how are you? How is your day going so far? How can I help you? You look tired. Sit, I will make tea for you. Something very small. It shows that you are concerned for the spouse. It shows that you are taking time, pausing in your busyness, in your life, and really taking time to check in with each other. It will just take a few seconds, not even more than that. Now, the main thing that is, when you are doing this, there has to be no distraction. There has to be no disturbance. Because yet, this is just for a few seconds. Because when you ask a question, you have to wait for the reply. You have to listen to the reply. And you have to be open to listening to the reply. So that means that you're not going to do this conversation on a text message or a voice message on WhatsApp. You will have this conversation face to face. So it adds more. It gets a different flavor. It gets more beautiful. Because if you're doing this on a text message, how are you? The answer will be, I'm fine. Or it could be a thumbs up. And it leaves you craving for more, especially for a woman. So have this conversation maybe at night or during when he comes home. Even for the husband, have these conversations with your wife. These will make her feel heard. These will make her feel that you cherish her. You are thinking about her, because this is what a woman craves for. And for the wives, when you are asking your husband, be open to listening. And when your husband is giving you an answer or sharing something with you, that is the time that you listen without any interruption or without any suggestions. Because the moment you give any suggestions or you put your reply in the conversation, he's going to stop talking. So you want your husband to speak. You want your husband to share. So when he is talking, that is the time you listen actively without any disturbance. The next point is quality time and physical touch. quality time in Ramadan, right? How can you have it? You don't need to go on big date nights because, yes, firstly, it is not possible. For some, it can be, but for majority, it cannot be possible because Ramadan is about family time. It's about sitting together and doing ibadah. Now, you have pockets of time, like I said in the beginning. Post Taraweeh, that is your time. So when you are going back home after Taraweeh, and if your wife is at home, she stayed home because of the toddler or because of the kids, take some dessert and go back home and both of you have it after the kids have gone to bed. Have it from the same plate. Have beautiful talk, beautiful conversation. Discuss something about Taraweeh. Discuss something about your work day. It can be something very simple. It can be something as the weather was so beautiful today. I'm so grateful to Allah that the weather is getting better. Spring is coming. Something very small, something very simple. We look for big things, grand things, but miss out on the simplicity of being together and connecting through emotional intimacy. Make green tea if you know this is the time your husband is going to come home or you both are coming back from Taraweeh. Have green tea together. Sit on the sofa. Just have green tea. Have your kanafa from the same plate and enjoy that moment. Keep the phones away. Keep the TV off. That is your time. Those 5 minutes that you will spend together will be so satisfying, will be so fulfilling to you and for your marriage. The next one, hold hands. Just a simple act of holding hands while you're watching a Ramadan series or going grocery shopping. A simple hug before leaving for work. These things will keep you close emotionally together. These things are very important and these things are allowed. These are simple things. These things you can do. Because remember, in a marriage, physical touch is also very important. The skin-to-skin touch. It means a lot. Now this one I love. I really love this one. Because this is you doing something without having a check-in or a quality time or physical touch. This is just you personally doing it. This is you including your spouse in your du'as. So when you are making dua before iftar or after iftar, you're making dua in qiyam, you're making dua in tahajjud. Make a list of duas for your spouse. You might know what your spouse wants. Maybe it's health, maybe it's career, maybe it's studies. It could be anything. Have that intimate conversation with Allah. So that it's only between you and Allah. Make dua for your spouse, for their guidance, for their hidayah, for their health. Make dua for your marriage at this time because this is the time that duas are so accepted. And dua, this is the month for dua. So make not duas in a robotic way, but make duas with knowing that Allah is going to answer your dua. And why this is important? Because this shows that you are thinking of your spouse even in your thoughts and in the most beautiful way. Over here, there are no complaints, there's no criticism. There's so much of sincerity, so much of love, and so much of purity when you are doing this. It's just you, Allah, and your conversation. And the way you are going to make dua for your spouse, no one can. This act in itself is so beautiful and there is so much barakah in it. We take marriage as something so complicated, something so difficult. But really, if you live your marriage consciously and not take it as something that is done passively or put it on the back seat, your marriage can change. Whether it's Ramadan, whether it's other time of the month, simple acts of connecting with each other, simple acts of emotional intimacy, simple act of even self-talk can have a massive impact on your mindset, on the energy that you carry. Because your self-talk is going to help you overcome any self-doubt. The way you talk to yourself, that means you're thinking about yourself in that way as well. So you carry yourself in a different way. Marriages are so beautiful. They just need little care, little attention, little love and compassion, along with lots and lots of dua. So this is the month of dua. Make dua for your marriage. Anything that you want to implement, anything you want in your marriage, this is the time to really let go of any self-doubt, anything that is holding you back, and say, Ya Allah, this is what I want. This is what I really want. Bless me with it. Guide me how to get this. Please provide for me. As long as it's something good that you're asking for, please be sure of that. But Allah listens to each and every dua. I pray that you have amazing harmony in Ramadan and in the months and the years to come. I pray that you implement these skills that I have taught you. And these are the ones that are going to impact your marriage in the most beautiful way. May Allah bless your marriage. May Allah make your bond stronger. May Allah make your love and care and respect for each other so much more. Ameen. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.